Welcome boys and girls. It's 2020. Welcome back to the channel. If you like what you see and you want to see more, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. Look what we have here. This is the bike I've been waiting for since November last year. This is the 2020 Ducati Panigale V2. Now, I've been allowed to take this out for an hour through P&H Motorcycles. Come down and see them for all your Ducati, Suzuki, KTM, Kawasaki and Honda needs. Just been handed the keys by a rather nice gentleman called Steve, and we're going to see what this bad boy is all about. I haven't ridden for 3 months, so this is going to be fucking sketchy as hell. Oh, that quick shifter is rather nice. Oh, that auto blipper is lovely as well. I likes it. I likes it a lot. Let's see what she can do. Very good. The brakes are amazing. I love the auto blipper, that works very well. Let's give it some beans. Right, first impressions. Very good. It's got very linear power delivery. 6-axis IMU seems to be working rather well. I've got to get used to this clutch. I'm so used to my clutch being really heavy, but that's just me because I'm not used to it. I give credit where it's due. It does pick up rather well. That downshift is fucking amazing. I like that a lot. Now obviously, as you can tell, the weather isn't exactly brilliant. I'm not going to shy away from a bit of rain just so I can take a bike out. At some point, if I can, I will do a quick walk around so you can actually have a look at the bike properly, hear it running and so on. Going into neutral is a lot fucking easier than it is on my bike. I will say that for a start. The throttle response is so different compared to my bike. It's so, not snatchy, but really crisp. The seat position is very good. It's very comfortable actually, I will give it that. It is extremely comfortable. It really doesn't like being changed up or down through the gears at low RPM. That's the one thing I've noticed with this bike already. What I will do, however, while I've got the chance, I will go into the petrol station over here and I will fill the tank. It's the least I can do for them, seeing as they've let me out on a bike which they didn't have to let me out on, but they did. Right, so ladies and gents, I shall be back in a minute.
A few moments later.
Right, ladies and gents, welcome back. I've just topped up with some petrol, some petroleums. Here she is. She's a bit filthy because the weather conditions ain't great, which is, you know, just my fucking luck. But there she is, the 2020 Panigale V2. I've been on it for about 15 minutes so far, and apart from one or two little niggling things which I've already mentioned, which I'll go over again as we go, very capable, very easy to ride bike. Admittedly, I haven't fucked around with any of the settings on the dash or anything like that, and I'm not going to because it's not my bike. For 2020, 2021 could be a very worthy contender for my next bike. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of the 1098 because, you know, the 1098 is what started my channel in the first place, so I won't be getting rid of that. But it may have a new stablemate in this. As you can see, the TFT dash works very well. I like that a lot. I'm fanning around my gloves again as usual, because you know that's what we do. Have a listen to this. And bearing in mind this is the standard can, but could you imagine how good this would sound when a full system on it? I mean, the only thing I don't like really right now is that there's just a little bit too much play in the throttle tube, or the housing even, but that can be easily addressed. The clutch is really, really light. I mean, I say light, I'm talking about it's almost too light. It's almost like you could flick yourself out the seat if you're not careful. I say almost, doesn't mean you will, just means you could, should you be that way inclined. On a side note, this new jacket I'm wearing, it's the new Frank Thomas Stealth jacket, available all good J&S stores up and down the country, $199.99. That's a shameless plug for my work over and done with. I've got to get used to this fucking clutch, it's so light. It's mad, because I'm used to the clutch on my 1098 being so heavy. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's like tickling an angel's arse with a feather. It's just so plush, so easy to use. I'm not used to it. I will say one thing, when you get past a certain RPM, it just comes alive. It really does. I do think that this bike would benefit massively from either a slip-on exhaust or a full system. These front brakes are so good. Stand her up, give her a bit of gas. One thing I will say, the suspension is very, very good. And I know this isn't set up for me in any way, shape or form, but it works. It really works. I don't use my mirrors very much on my current bike, but these mirrors are actually usable, because normally the mirrors are shit on most sports bikes. Listen, listen. I don't see the dash has changed as well. It's going to sound so bad to my bike, and I don't mean it to, but I have to really, really work it. I mean, while I've got a second, let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at this. I'll tell you what, if you've got big feet, you haven't got a fucking hope in hell of finding this side stand. Right, things I like about this bike so far. One, that single-sided swing arm and that rear wheel. Fucking lovely. I love it, I love it, I love it. From the front, I love that fucking aggressive profile. I love the way it looks. I love the way it just has that angry presence to it. Admittedly, probably one of the first things I'll do is I'll take the fucking mirrors off it, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, okay, it's only got 300 miles on it or something, but the noise, listen. Sounds so good. Sounds so good. And this is only a 955cc engine. I mean, granted, it has got the added benefit of cam changes to the cam belts. Yes, it is a slightly different variation on the engine, with it being a Super Quadro rather than a Desmodromic, or a Tesla Strata, sorry. I just can't fault it. I really can't. The only thing I will say is that I don't like the side stand. I'm not too keen on how twitchy the throttle is, but that could just literally be a case of, you know, I've got to get used to it. I know they're right, you can get throttle spacers and stuff like that online, which is good. If I got one of these, the first thing that would fucking go is this and that, because that fucking tail tidy is an absolute eyesore. It's all very little niggly bits that I could probably sort out myself if I really wanted to, but you know, as a package, straight off the showroom floor, which is what this is, I can't complain. I mean, yeah, okay, it's filthy as fuck, but then again, look at the weather, it's pissing down with rain. But this screen doesn't look like it does a lot, but it works. It does make your life a lot better, I will give it that. It's an all-round package, I think, that will do a lot more for itself if it had a decent exhaust on it, and obviously that fucking side stand was taken care of. Niggly things aside, and the fact that I'm fucking cold, let's get back on it. I do apologise for the swearing, but this is something I've been looking forward to for, well, since November really, and in comparison to my bike, it's day and night. It's worlds apart, absolutely worlds apart. My bike in comparison to this, it's ancient, it's prehistoric. This has more electronic gizmos, More gubbins that I could ever fucking throw a stick at. I mean, the fact that this has got an auto blipper up and down, sorry, a quick shifter up and an auto blipper down, and it works all the way through the box. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how well this works. I wish I could have taken this out on a drier day. I'm not going to let that stop me from enjoying myself. Oh, weird burblings. I've never heard that before. That's new. These brakes are really good as well. I keep saying how good these brakes are. Can't help it. I'm lost for words, I really am. If the conditions were better, I think I would enjoy this a hell of a lot more. Really? Run. Wow. And I do apologise for the wind noise, guys. Unfortunately, I've had to fuck around with my camera setup so many times over the last couple of weeks. I mean, I hope it's not too noisy for you lot. I will say that the range surely isn't fucking helping. All that aside, I can't fault this bike. I really can't. The only thing that I would say could possibly be done for this is that it could do with a slip-on or a full system, and it could definitely do with getting this choppy throttle sorted out. But that aside, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I can't fault it. I can't praise it enough. It's a good looking bike. It could just do with a few minor tweaks here and there. Once those little things are done, I reckon this will be a fucking brilliant bike. I really, really, truly do. Obviously, sitting still in traffic ain't great, but in terms of real world usability, I think this is a winner. I mean, I know admittedly my bike, and I can only compare it to my bike because, you know, that's the only other Ducati I've ridden in a while. My bike, in comparison to this, like I say, it's a fucking dinosaur, it really is. And it's like, this bike, for all its gadgets and gizmos and everything else that you could probably, you know, all the superlatives that you could use for this, it is still a rapid bike. There's so much potential that this bike's got. I mean, yeah, okay, the quick shifter does leave a little bit to be desired. It just means it needs a little refinement. That is it. That's all it needs. There's one thing I'm going to ask the guys at the shop when I get back, and that's, can you change the side stand for a V4 stand? Because this side stand is fucking terrible. Can't reach for it. Can't feel it with a boot on. Nigh impossible. Yeah, okay, it's not the easiest bike to live with, but then again, no sports bike is. The one thing I will say about it though, and like I said, I'll give props where it's due. If I get one of these, we'll have to do something about that throttle. Sounds good. Well, I suppose in the summer it will sound even better. It's a very good bike. It's very, very capable, even in these shitty conditions. I really feel like I need to wash this. I really do. But there's so many bells and whistles that I could fuck around with, which I don't have time to. Because unfortunately I've only got this for an hour. As much as I'd like it for longer, still gives me a good gauge on what to expect if I was to get one. It is very tall compared to my 1098, but it feels taller anyway. The pegs are a good level. The pegs are nice. They're nice and grippy. My feet aren't going to slip off them anytime soon, which is good. That auto blipper, oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. The suspension's working really well. It's soaking up all the bumps. I know this doesn't have O-links like my bike does, but the show of big piston forks and the Sachs rear shock, I think it is, doing the bike proud. Doing the bike really, really proud. I just can't get over how stable it is. Even on these bumpy roads, it's still really, really, really stable. You know, I'm able to ride down this road, which is bumpy as fuck. It may not look it from what you can see through the camera, but it's fucking bumpy as hell. I'm not even joking you. So, ladies and gents, all in all, my final thoughts before I take the bike back to P&H. Marks out of 10. Stylings, 10 out of 10. For performance, 9 out of 10. For comfort, 9 out of 10. For usability, probably 8 out of 10. Would I buy one? Fuck yes. If I was to get one, what would I do? Get a new exhaust on it, that's a guaranteed. Maybe some aftermarket levers, maybe sort out this throttle thing. But all in all, I can't fault it. Very, 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 very good bike. Just like to say thank you to P&H for letting me borrow it. As always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And for now, this is Rollin' Thunder saying, be good, be safe, have fun out on the roads, don't be a lunatic, be safe, and above all else, adios.